The Gurkhas are notoriously battled Warfi soldiers, known and praised for their own combating skills. They carry deadly sharp knives, which are honor-bound, and are drawn must draw blood. I happen to be one of those said knives. Lying abandoned in the street, still sieved, looking at as innocent as weapon with any sort of lethal design can. I took it home and trophied it, and occasionally taking it out and playing with it. Not being a Gurkha myself, I did not attack or pierce myself before putting it back. The odd thing I remember about wasn't on an occasion. I would find this blade written with blood and piercings on my fingers. Alright, my pretties, that was Honourbound, a regular creepypasta. My final thoughts on the story. This story was alright. Not really that big on it. And if you're wondering why, this story was incredibly short. Which, I mean, take it, I don't mind stories that are short depending on the concept and stuff. And depending on if it works well. But there was a problem that I did find with this story that I literally just wish this one was longer. I mean, the ending just basically said that the blade would be written with blood. Okay, there's a big bit of a problem with that. How would there be blood on that knife if you've not used it? Unless it was paranormal or something, but that's literally one of the things that I'm kind of wondering about. I mean, it would have been better if the story had more details, into it as to why it was written in with blood. Like maybe the person find out it's, a supernatural thing or paranormal. At least then that would definitely help out, but this story didn't really have that. And that kind of really sucks too. Because, I was expecting this to be a good story, but this story wasn't really my favorite. I didn't really care for this one because of that. And another thing is piercing on the fingers. There's another problem with that. How would there be piercings on your fingers if the knife was not used? Like, there's no explanation. There's literally nothing that explains why that happened. I don't even know if that's paranormal or maybe that's the person hallucinating, but it just doesn't make any sense. This story, I mean, there's a few comments saying that there's, the story needs a little bit to go on. And if this story was written more and had more information as to why stuff was happening or something, that would definitely help out with the story a whole lot. And that would definitely be a much better, conclusion to it. I mean, could the person, have experienced something that was paranormal with the knife or something happened? I don't know. It doesn't really explain a whole lot. And that is just very disappointing because, I don't like the fact that, this story didn't really explain a whole lot. I really wish the story would have explained, a little bit more. And I wish the story right here was a little longer so that way we can get, an explanation. And like I'm going to do before, I'll leave a link in description down below so you guys can go check out the story. So, yeah, this story, it definitely needs a lot of work. I mean, it definitely needs to, maybe the story could be rewritten or something, and maybe the story would be, interesting, because this story could have been a really good one. But unfortunately, the story didn't really do that great. I mean, that's just me being brutally honest, but, I'm just saying it because it's the honest truth. So, anyways, with that being said and that being the case, to the author of this story, if you think your story is fine the way it is, then yeah, I respect that. But I really hope the author could take what I said with a grain of salt, and maybe he or she or they them can improve on their writing as they're going on. I'm pretty sure maybe they have written better stories than this one. This one just wasn't really the greatest. I mean, it's not terrible, but it could have been better. I mean, like I said, this story could have been a whole lot better, but that's maybe just me. Now, I'll leave a link in the description for this story so you guys can go check out this story if you haven't. And also to the author, I don't know who you are, so if you happen to come across this video and you're the author, please comment and let me know who you are in the comments below, so then that way I can give the proper credit. So I'm going to leave it as anonymous for now until I find out who the original author is. So, anyways, I guess with that being said and that being the case, let me go ahead and wrap up this review. Like I'm always going to continue to say, this is just simply my own personal opinion. If you happen to disagree with me, that's perfectly fine too. We're all entitled to our own opinions in regards to these stories. This is just simply my own personal thoughts. I'm going to give this story a 6 out of 10. While it was an interesting story and it did have a good concept, I was liking it at first, but the fact that it just didn't make any sense, especially with the, fact about what was it? Oh yeah. It was the fact that, the whole concept of the fact that the knife, somehow, ends up being with blood, and the fact that the person gets piercings or something like that on their fingers. There's no explanation, which I really do wish the story was a little longer, so that way we can get more context as to why that happened and stuff. Yet again, we're not really too sure about that, so maybe the author can clarify that in the comments if he or she manages to stumble across this video. Anyways, with that being said, and that being the case, what did you guys personally think of this creepypasta? Did you all enjoy it? Did you all not? Also, what you have done personally to help make this story a lot better? Feel free to let me know what your thoughts are down in the comments below. I'm the Lion Queen. I want to thank you so much for watching today's video, and if you're new to my channel, be sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe if you're new. Ring the bell for notifications to when I upload, so that way you guys will not miss an upload. As always, if you're interested in following my Twitter account, link to my Twitter will be in the About page section, so you guys can go check it out. Also, if you're interested in checking out my DeviantArt account, link to my DeviantArt will be in the About page section, so you guys can go check that out. Also, if you're interested in subscribing to my backup channel known as Miss Dark Shigo, link to that will also be in the About page section, so you guys can go follow me on my media. As always, if there's something I'm missing in the story that I did not talk about, please let me know what it is in the comments below. As always, with that being said, I'll be seeing you guys all in the next video, and like always, roll the outro because I'm out.